Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel that loves a challenge. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. I am doing pretty swell. I'm your host Zonvox. We'll get into it here shortly. Just finishing up some stuff on my side real quick. It should be very short. Nothing too crazy. Give me half a second here. Cool. Alright, if you are new to the channel, make sure to like, sub, share, follow, all that good stuff. Helps the channel grow. Hit that notification bell so you are in the know. Tell your friends so they are too. Leave your comments down below. Anyway, yeah, we'll go ahead and get started here. I don't think we have anything else we really need to do. I mean, it's Sunday. We'll see. Maybe I'll put in an hour. Maybe I'll put in, like, less. Maybe I'll put in more. Who knows? Pause that real quick. Start up our timer. Oh, we gotta pause our timer anyway because I gotta get to 49. When I reset my timer, I accidentally completely reset it and forgot how to go ahead and get it to the right place. Hello, Francisco. How are you doing today? Oh, is it St. Patrick's Day today? Well, that would explain all the bars like having all their deals right now and being like, "Hey, come in, go ahead and get yourself a drink." Me being like, "No." All right, now we can start. Okay, where in the heck were we? It's daytime currently, so we have... we can't do... As much as I want to go ahead and just run through it and get it done, I can't. I know it will only lead to bad things if I rush it. So, we cannot rush it. Everything's gotta be, like... 16-ish. Hooters has got to be up front doing its thing. Hooters is mainly our big concern right now. Getting it viable. Ratetes. Cool stuff. Let's just, Oh god, I forgot. Generation 2 has, like, even worse music than, even worse fast music than Generation 1 did. What did we catch here? We caught something here, didn't we? Because I have Route 32 as a whooper. I think we caught a Zubat here. I would love to catch a Spearow. A Spearow would be phenomenal, but I think we caught a Zubat here. Did we? Alright, guys. I need some help. I don't remember what we caught here yesterday. Hell, I guess I'll just have to check my old streams. 1 second. I'll just let this sit here while I check my stream, because I don't remember what I caught here yesterday. $19 ago. Just expand that out. Hold on. So we got here. That was a Zubat here, the first one. Let me just freaking pause this entirely so that way nobody has to listen to that god-awful whatever that is. Yeah, we caught a Zubat here. Okay, cool. That's what I needed to know. Alright, good to go. Yeah, as much as I'd like to go ahead and... a Spearow would be super cool to catch, but we've already got a Zubat from this location. I probably should have held off to get my Zubat elsewhere. Let's see, 67. Let's switch you out for some of our lower dudes here. I don't think Quagmire's going to be doing much, honestly. We'll have to take it into the cave. Since I've already ruined Union, I may as well. Alright, that's done. Hooters is down. Let's put Mickey up front. Just getting Hooters up, I think, is the most important thing. Because Hooters is going to pretty much take on that gym. As soon as it gets Peck, it should be able to handle everything in that gym. It's going to Synthesis, which is going to be the big issue here. We're just going to keep going back and forth. Hey, 84 XP? That's not half bad. Man, if I can start just running to Hoppips non-stop, we'll be fantastic. But that's not how this goes, right? I mean, luckily, I think it's fast enough to deal with a lot of these dudes, but even then... Alright, so that's out. I guess we'll get Hardwood up. Hardwood's gonna be a really good defense against that. Oh, nope. It's not a good defense against that. That thing would get torn. Also getting torn. We're just, not doing too well with them. Them grassy boys, huh? They knew I was trying to work on my Bellsprout, and they were like, no, sir. No Bellsprout leveling for you. Bing bong. Hey, how you doing? I am doing great. How are you doing? We're just, here doing the thing. Doing our grind. As per usual. World was hate you. You lost your starter on a hoot and a gloom and your hoot and a gloom in one fight. I mean, listen, if you're going at 8 times speed, I can tell you I have lost many a mon at going hyper speed. Like, I have learned not to do hyper speed in massive battles because I will just get slapped for no reason. Yeah, I don't goof with those, with them big fights. When it's a wild Pokemon, no problem. When it's a trainer I think I can take, no issue, but... Alright, we'll wrap on this thing. It's gonna tail whip me, and all it's got is Synthesis, Splash, and, like, garbage, so its tail whip isn't gonna do anything to me. Is because this motherfucker was, like, 12 crits in a row, better chance of winning the lottery. It happens sometimes, you know? I mean, I've definitely had it happen myself. Sometimes that is just the way the cookie crumbles. Synthesis. Why you gotta be like this? Alright, when this thing starts getting into the yellow, that's when we'll switch out. It's fine, you got a Haunter who's one-shotting everything with Nightshade. I wish you the best of luck. If it's one-shotting everything with Nightshade, then I assume you are still relatively early game. Kind of 4 gyms in, so mid-game he's just a high level. Well, Nightshade is a set amount of damage, so that wouldn't really matter. Nightshade has a very set amount of damage, the same way that Dragon Rage does. That's why I say that. Alright, I think Hardwood should be good. I mean, 1 level under with the grass, we could wrap it and be fine. Yeah. Alright, let's put Sokka up front. When it hits 16, I think it should turn Crocodile, so... I think we can scratch our way through most of these guys. Yeah, some things are gonna be faster, but I think we'll get the Evo right here. Oh, I thought it evolved at 16. Disregard. It does not. It should be able to one-shot most of this, though, I think. Maybe two-shot something here or there, with the occasional Ratata stat up or down. It should get Bite here soon, which is really what I'm looking forward to. Because Bite is such an overpowered and strong move. It's because I keep thinking about his Meganium, his Bailey. Yeah, so Chikorita gets the 16 to evolve early. So yeah, when this thing hits 18, it'll be A-okay. It'll get its evolution. We don't really need it for right now. So, we don't really need that thing right now. We'll put up Geogal up front. It'll be pretty strong to do something with. We'll just keep tackling our way through everything because nothing's gonna do anything to it. Nothing's gonna hurt you because you're Geodude. You are made of rock and... they are normal attacks. They will just tackle, but it won't do anything. There's no turning this into a musical. Oh, did you guys know that there was a Pokemon the Musical at some point? And, like, apparently the production was, like, it ended up getting abandoned, and so, like, the place where, the last place they did the Pokemon Musical, there's, like, all these abandoned Pokemon costumes and stuff like that, and there is an exclusive card made for it, and everything else. Learned Magnitude. Boy, that's gonna be fun. Oh, that's right, because it's a plant flyer. Of course it wouldn't affect it. Alright, Geogal's good. Really, we need to get Hooters up. That's all I really care about is getting Hooters online. Give it a peck, and it'll be good. It's funny because I remember the last time I did all this preparation and my Pokemon still got slapped into existence. Like, they got slapped into the next universe. But, like, this is a very serious... this is a very serious fight coming up. That thing is so scary to me. Maybe we should have this thing only fight Hoppips. I think we'll only have it fight Hoppips because it seems like any time I have it fight other stuff, it's not doing great. Okay, please. Can we... hello? Jesus. That was terrible. I guess maybe we'll have to fight other stuff because Hoppips seem like they're just gonna keep healing all day. So... we'll throw it into the cave. Cave's the best place for it to fight. Mainly because water gun. You can get some decent levels in here, even against, like, Sandshrew. Yeah, once we get past a certain point, Croconaw is kind of going to be useless. So this thing will pretty much take over as our water type. Okay, let's get out of the cave. Mickey up front. I think at 11, it'll learn... It's either 11 or 13. It learns Hyper Fang, and that puts it online as the high-speed attacker. Chicken wings or burgers or both? I am unsure. Couldn't tell you what you feel like eating. No, it's 13 then. That was real lucky. That was real lucky that it, like, it didn't die, because I don't think I saw that one coming. Let's just push Hardwood up. There's no reason not to. It's almost there. It's at the cusp of, I think, a level. 205. Yeah, that'll be pretty quick. Can't tell either. You want both. Well, I think you got your answer then. You already know what you want then. Yeah, that's pretty good at, we'll just wait until it gets into the line here. Once it hits the orange, we'll take it out. Yeah, fights with Hoppips early game are just like, it's a battle of fucking attrition. It's the worst. How many more Vine Whips do I have? Probably just one. 0. Disregard. You're useless now. Okay. Alright, let's get these things healed. Put Hooter up on front line again. Hopefully it'll actually get some levels here. I just need it to learn Peck. That's it. Once it learns Peck, it'll be okay, and I think it can take on the gym. Maybe. It's all bugs here, so... Yeah, taking on Hoppips, it's a pain. That synthesis makes it so difficult. And it has, I think, like, 20... Does it have, like, 25 uses of synthesis, or is it 5? I don't recall. It's enough to make it infuriating. Oh, there it is, Peck. Oh, thank the lords. Alright, Quagmire up front. We can get it a couple levels in the cave. Yeah, Water Gun's gonna be its main source of attack for a while here. It's not the fastest, but since it can deal with these rock and ground types pretty quick, she'll be able to handle a lot of stuff. Let's try Slam on it. Well. Can't escape. There we go. Zubats are definitely not worth it to me. They're not worth all the confusion and effort. I mean, maybe I could try with the Slam, but if the Slam misses, or I get confused, yeah, this is a perfect place to go ahead and level this thing up in here. Absolutely perfect place to level it. Because then you handle all of these rock types. Rock and ground with minimal effort. Recently made some really stupid rules for a Pokemon challenge, which you call Pokemon, but silly. Wanted to say something? Well, hey, tell me about it. I'm interested. What are your Pokemon but silly rules? I'm down to hear it. Okay, 7 more water guns. God, my whole team is weak to all of it, to everything that one Pokemon, my entire team is like weak to. At least we can get some use out of these slams. Here are the rules. I'm ready. Hit me. Alright, we're out of water guns. So it's a Officially out of that section. Silly Billy, you must name your character Silly Billy. The run is forfeit if you do not. Visit every now and again. After every gym, you must talk to your mother before doing the next. That sounds hilarious. I love it. Your second rule is a good one. At least one of your Pokemon must be named Elspud. Faint at any point, you must reset at to the last save. Oh no, that's pretty brutal. Previous rule can be ignored if the 6-team member is never used in battle and knows at least 1 HM. Ah, so you'd have a servant. Got it. You may only save at Pokemon Centers. That's pretty neat. I think that should be actually a pretty solid rule. Only saving at Pokemon Centers seems pretty cool. Hey, how's the challenge work? Okay, so it's kind of a standard Nuzlocke. It works off of a... It works off of a theory-crafted idea this guy came up with called the Pokemon Gauntlet. The Pokemon Gauntlet is... it's a Nuzlocke that encompasses the entirety of the mainline franchise. So, you have to go through every single generation with your Nuzlocke rules intact. So, if you lose any battle at any point in any of the games, you have to restart from the very beginning of the game. Very beginning of the series. So, like, I was on Crystal, got knocked out by Morty's Gengar, and I had to restart Red. So we're finally back in Generation 2, again. But yeah, other than that, it has the standard Nuzlocke rules of first encounter, first catch, duplicate, the duplicate clause is in effect, so if you already own it, or you have owned it, you can't catch it again, so it won't count against your encounters. If a Pokemon's fainted, it's gotta get released, and, if you die, you reset. Pretty simple. If you want a more comprehensive list of the rules, check the description. It tells you exactly what we're working with in terms of games, the current rules, and any amendments we have into effect right now, and possible rules that we could use for the future. But yeah. I hope that explains it for you. The reason it's called the Thanos Challenge is because the challenge is actually called the Nuzlocke Gauntlet. And I thought it was funny because, you know, Thanos and the Gauntlet, and the fact that we're having to go through a super long version of a Nuzlocke, just like the Marvel movies, and the fact that I've got to create my elite team every single time there's a new game, just like in the movies where they had to recreate the teams all the time. Yeah. Alright, Bangers soundtrack. When your favorite song in the game comes on, you must listen to it for at least a minute. AirPods in. If you don't have a favorite song in the game you're playing, ignore the previous rule. That explains the things. Yeah, sure thing. Funnily enough, it's kind of become, I'm here usually every day, so most people tend to go ahead and follow along. I tend to stream, on average, 3 hours, but usually between 2 and 3 hours a day. Just depends on how I'm feeling. Obviously, you can see my total playtime versus how many days I've been doing this for, but yeah. If you're playing it, has at least one readable book, you must read one before the final fight. If your game is secret items, you must find at least 5. Funny number, at least one Pokemon must see level 69 when you beat the final fight. That is a very meme challenge. Very, very memey. Let's get Hooters up a little more before we go into this gym. I'm sure Hooters could peck its way through some of these guys. But yeah, let's see how it fares first. It should also be turning night here shortly in game, so that'll be kind of nice. Let's go and see how hard Peck hits. Because I don't think it's going to hit that hard. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't hit as hard as I wanted it to. Hooters also has a big tendency to miss, so I assumed Hooters would not be hitting. Hooters on top of the world? Yeah, Hooters on top. Hooters don't stop. Hooters gonna peck him. Pokemon drop. Yeah. I mean, once it got Peck, I mean, that's all I needed from it. I really just needed it to get Peck, to get it online to attack. You love Hooters? I'm glad that you do. Seems a lot of people love Hooters. Fun fact, the creator of Pokemon's favorite Pokemon is actually Hoot Hoot. Because he designed it after his pet owl that he had. Yeah. The whole switching foot thing came from the fact that one day his owl was on one foot, and he had no idea where the other foot was, and he saw it switching feet, and he thought it was really cool. W pick. Hey, listen, I don't come up with the names. I mean, occasionally I come up with the names when no one picks a name, but most of the time, it's all the community that's doing that. I think we'll just, if it's not a thing, there's no reason to fight it if I'm not gonna get type advantage here. So we'll just go for the tackle. There we are. That's what we want. Them dudes. Got you. Stick around? Oh, awesome. Yeah, I tend to go ahead and broadcast every day, so, yeah. Feel free to pop in. Obviously, I've been doing this for a long time. I think the next thing that we're going to get is in Ilex Forest, so it might take a little bit. I have to go ahead and level up a couple things. I've been trying to go ahead and... Thank you very much for the follow. K9 Mars, much appreciated. I guess I'll finish out the spiel here really quick. I usually broadcast 2 to 3 hours a day. Total playtime's up in the corner. So, yeah, and I'm here almost every day with the occasional day off. So I usually say Monday through Sunday, but sometimes I gotta take off for work. My work can be pretty demanding. But, how are you doing today? Ah, there it is, nighttime. I guess we can do the switch. We'll go for Quagmire? Yeah, let's go for Quagmire here. He needs the levels. I mean, it's better if I level him up in the cave, but that's fine. Oh, I don't think we have any... We don't have any advantages at night. We're just gonna get a lot of Rattata and stuff now. That you lay down a bunch of stupid rules, you'll leave. Good luck. Alright, SRB. Thanks for popping in as always. You have a great night. Level 12. That should be enough to take on some of the early bugs in that gym. I'm pretty sure Bugsy's top thing is only like 14 or something. So it shouldn't be too crazy. And I mean, even Peck should overcome the level distance just by type advantage. Oh, right. I gotta talk to what's-his-name and be like, hey, Slowpoke have disappeared, blah, blah, blah. I won't be able to do this one for a bit. I think I can get here without... Yeah, without leaving the town. Perfect. He's gonna give him a piece of the mind. Yeah, they disbanded. Old Kurt's on his way. Wait, Slowpoke. Okay, what do we use? Probably Hooters. What do you play your game on? So, I play it on an emulator right now. I have all these original games. I have everything up into Black 2, White 2 as a physical copy. I'm slowly purchasing my way through all the other ones as well, so... but I find that it's way too difficult to get the physical hardware and software to work with some of these older devices and stuff. It's much easier to emulate, and I've always been under the policy that if I'm emulating it, I own it. You know, however other people handle it, that's all up to them. But for me, that's how I feel about it. But yeah, I use RetroArch. I think it's pretty good. If you haven't used an emulator before, it's a slight bit more complicated than most other emulators, but I think it also has the most... I think it's the most integrated, so you can use all kinds of emulators in the software. But yeah, that's why I play it on PC right now. It's just easier to go ahead and get the streams done there. Da-da-da-da-da-da. One of my favorite fucking songs in this whole damn game. The fucking rocket theme in Gen 2 is like my favorite song. Or just switch out to GeoGal here. It's gonna do like 2 points of damage. GeoGal is basically our tank right now. Nothing but the big ol' paladin. It's about to use Ratates. Yeah, let's put out Hooters and then put out GeoGal. Yeah, have you ever played any of the original ones? Because, so, the challenge is kind of difficult in the fact that I'm gonna have to go through every single game. It's not just red or yellow. It's not just gold or crystal. It's red, blue, yellow. Gold, silver, crystal. So I have to do every single game in the line. That's what makes this whole challenge tough. Give me Untailed. Ah, thought he was gonna wag his butt at me. It's gonna be a lot of Ratatas, so I feel like GeoGal is gonna be our main fighter for pretty much everything. Zubit. Alright. So I've never played any of the OG games, but I have enjoyed watching the Gen 4 remakes. Oh, yeah, I think those are Fire Red, Leaf Green, right? So, interestingly enough, we will have to go through Fire Red and Leaf Green, but they fall in a very unusual category for the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is run in release order, not just in generation. So, the challenge actually goes Generation 3, Ruby and Sapphire, then goes back to Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then goes to Emerald afterwards. So, it's a doozy having to go back into those and then get shunted all the way back into Emerald. It's where a lot of the Gauntlet tends to goof up because people think about certain things and then forget the way things work in certain generations. So there's some trip-ups like that. Mike Tonight, hello, welcome. How are you doing today? Yeah, I guess we'll go with GeoGal. Rock Throw shouldn't be too bad. If we hit the Rock Throw and it doesn't miss and we don't get Supersonic, we'll be fine. About to use Ekans. Yeah, we'll switch in just because we want Hooters to get the XP. Who do we deal with? Poison wouldn't work. Hardwood's not a good idea. Man, I don't know how Geogal became our, like, go-to Pokemon for dealing with anything that exists. But it just kind of has. Yeah, Geogal's pretty solid. We should have a few potions on us. I kept them in there just because I figured that would be better than having to go back up. It's not ready to use them yet. I'd like Hooters to get some XP, but it seems like this cave is not going to allow Hooters to really get much on it. So we'll just have to work it in the gym. I do like Alolan Golems. The whole Pokemon line in general is sick as fuck. Oh yeah, absolutely. I was quite surprised. I think the variant Pokemon are a really cool addition, and I'm surprised they haven't made more variants. I'm surprised that they haven't made more variants, and I wish they did. I guess we could go with Sokka. It's not gonna... It'll take a couple of hits, but that's fine. At 18, he's the big honcho right now, so... just be a single thwack. I am doing pretty well. Just to be back in Generation 2 is wonderful, because Generation 1 is such a slog, and going through it the second time was even worse. Like, the first time I went through, I was like, wow, nostalgia, it's amazing, everything I remembered about it. And then, after the second game, I was like, okay, I get it, I understand. And then, after doing Yellow version, I'm like, whoa, this is entirely different than I remember. Maybe we should just fight with Hooters. But having done this again, I'm just like, this is terrible. Yeah, we'll just fight with Hooters. It's not gonna... It may take 3 or 4, but... as long as it doesn't get confused, then we'll switch out for Geogal. But yeah... I can't say I'm very excited. Gen 1 is rough, but gets boring. Yeah, it's alright. I have a very... if one thing, this is my first ever Nuzlocke. So, I went for the hardest possible challenge on my first ever Nuzlocke. And, honestly, I've learned to appreciate a lot of these Pokemon that I normally wouldn't have. I've come to really value Rattatas and the intricacy that Pokemon has to it. Yeah, but I can't say that I would ever want to go ahead and play Gen 1 again. It was cool while it was cool, but now that I have tasted the fruits of the other generations, I'm like, this is wonderful. I've also never played... I've only played Generation 1, 2, and 5, so I have no idea what's coming up in Gen 3 and 4, and I have no idea what's coming up in Gen 6 onward. And a lot of people are telling me, oh boy, you don't even know. You played Yellow until Celadon, you were not ready for Sleep Powder Bellsprout? Oh, Sleep Powder Bellsprout's nasty. I have found that Hypnosis Dream Eater is probably one of the nastiest combos I've ever seen. Sleep Powder Wrap is pretty nasty itself. Razor Leaf being mainly critical hits is mind-blowing. The fact that Karate Chop isn't a fighting move, has a high crit rate, but still a normal move, blows my mind. You're currently working your way through Gen 9 post-game, pretty much out of games now. How is Gen 9? I've heard some mixed things. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? This is a real Jack Burns quote. What the hell? It comes from Meet the Fockers. Yeah, that whole I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Yeah, it's Meet the Fockers. Da-da-da-da-da-da. If you interrupt our work, don't expect any mercy. Yes, La Coughing. Level 14 Coughing. Oh boy. It's poison. So I think ground should work. It's definitely not for everyone. The open world concept is fun to some, but boring to others. I'm glad that floating Pokemon don't have floating abilities yet. We don't have to worry about abilities until next gen. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. My problem, you're going to hear me bitch about this. If you tune around to the channel, you're going to hear me bitch about this at least once a month. Maybe even twice a month. I fucking hate Game Freak and the Pokemon Company and how they manage Pokemon. There has been no innovation. When the jump to 3D happens... Levitate? Yeah, I hear Levitate's pretty bad. When the jump to 3D happened, you would have expected them to go ahead and also take the jump and have better fights, better graphics, stuff like that. Yeah, cool. Why the fuck can we not control our Pokemon? It is 2024. Why are we still on wait time battle system? I don't want to slap a Rattata and then have it wiggle its butt at me, and then me go ahead and slap the Rattata and then have it wiggle its butt at me. Why can't we have an active time battle system? It makes no sense. It would be so simple to do. Take the MMO format, take control of the Pokemon when the Pokemon comes in. Then you go ahead and instead of having Pokemon powers, you have cooldowns. So that way when people use their abilities, they have short cooldowns for things like tackle. You can move, you can go ahead and do your dodges and stuff like that. That way dodges have a cooldown too. So it would make sense why some attacks would hit and some attacks would miss. You know, some attacks might have a build-up where you need to stand there and take damage. You can get certain attacks with, like, a range or AoE and stuff like that. It would make so much sense, and it would make combat fantastic. I think a lot of people, it would turn it from a game that stops being about just statistics, and it would make it a little more skill-based. But anyway, that's my rant. Rant. Just explain Pokemon Go's combat system. But that's not what I mean. I don't mean like sit there and press buttons and stuff. I mean like a full range of control. I mean being able to move your Pokemon out of the way, being able to jump and dodge and stuff, and actively do stuff. I've played Go. That's not what I'm talking about. You're still standing there and getting hit in Go. It's still a back and forth kind of system. There's no complexity to it. It's just tapping a screen. But yeah. If you get it, all good. It's just... It's my biggest gripe that they have no innovation. We get the same game wrapped up in the same product every single time. That's all. I just gripe a lot about it. Don't mind me. It's one of my biggest complaints. Alright, let's get Hooters in here, and I think Hooters should be able to go ahead and slap through this gym pretty easily. We'll see. We're gonna fight everybody in here. Yes. Okay, show me your Pokemon. Peck it. Oh. Disregard. I thought it was gonna slap everything in one go, but it seems like these guys are gonna... They're gonna survive. Think it would be a good side game idea, but feel like it's a big gripe to ask for the Pokemon Company to just completely change their biggest idea. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They could use some innovation. Why do you think their sales have slipped so much? So many people have stopped playing Pokemon because they're tired of the same damn game. Yeah, obviously they may still make money. Obviously they're still pulling in billions. But a billion-dollar company, it's no better than Call of Duty releasing the same game again and again with minimal innovations. Or EA releasing any sports game they ever make. Any 2K getting done. Any Madden getting done. It's the same formula. I get it. Don't change it if it doesn't need to. But, like, it needs to change. Is this Ladybot just gonna confuse everything I throw out? If they really think that, like, a lot of the new generation that's coming up is just gonna put up with the same game again and again and again, I'm sorry, but they're gonna get a rude awakening. Just my opinion, you know. As a financier, it bothers me. I get it from a perspective of if the cow was still making milk, why switch to a different one? But still. What do you mean Sales Drops is one of the best-selling Pokemon games? I guess I'm wrong then. I guess I'm wrong. If it's the best-selling Pokemon game, I guess there's no need to ever change it. Kids. Yeah, kids. Dogs on Games, hello and welcome. How you doing today? Hey, we got something in common. My avatar's a dog. You got dogs in your name. How are you doing today? Oh, it's Dogs on Games, not Dogs on Games. I'm sorry. How are you doing today? I hope you're finding yourself in fantastic mood. And hopefully me being like, what up, dogs? I am glad that you were doing alright. I am in a much better mood. I was like, okay. Yeah, reading comprehension is not exactly my thing. Listen, I'm a financier. I just do number. I don't need word. It's probably gonna get poisoned. Fuck. I sensed it. We can take it out and then walk up to the gym or to the center. It should be fine. I'm doing all right. I'm doing a hell of a lot better now that I'm not a Gen 1. Yeah, it's been kind of weird coming back to Gen 2. I've been very excited to get to Gen 2 so I don't have to deal with the sluggishness that Gen 1 had and a lot of the problems that came from the coding back then. But still, it's still been a pretty big pain. I think we're gonna really need to boost this thing up because I assume the Bayleaf is going to get... Since Razor Leaf in this generation still has the critical hits on it, that's what happened last time. The last time I came through here, I almost lost my entire party. Because Razor Leaf took out 3 of my Mon with critical hit Razor Leafs in a row. And that's our rival is... That Bayleaf is is no joke. So that's kind of why I'm working with Hoot Hoot. I really wish I had a Spearow, but we caught the Zubat to nerf out our Zubat catches later. Waiting until daytime to go ahead and catch a Spearow would have been good. I killed out my Lapras run, and I was so mad because I went through Union Cave. I got duplicate encounters instead of anything that mattered. Walked all the way through so I could get a Lapras later on. And then my dumbass decided to pull out my Wooper and be like, hey, this cave has rocks in it. Maybe I should go in there to grind. And completely killed off the whole reason I went through the cave. So I killed off my Lapras encounter, and it was kind of... it was very maddening. Ooh, Fury Attack could end me. Let me go for Geogal. I am not comfortable letting Fury attack. It happens. I mean, sometimes my own stupidity gets to me. I think we've all made those kind of mistakes here and there. Alright, Hooters, do your thing. That should get it just before a level, I think. Nope, disregard. If it were one level shorter, it might have been a little closer, but... what are we looking at? It's got plenty of HP, and plenty of pecs, so... You're mighty, but my grown-up Pokemon are mighty, too. Aw, yeah. Is it a Beedrill? It's a Paris. I see. Paris could hurt. Stun Spore, Poison Powder, Cut on a Paris. I don't know why my brain always says that Cut on a Paris is really heavy. Disregard. His Pokemon was garbage. Didn't even need to worry. I think a Mareep would do good in a gold run. I'm hoping to encounter a Mareep. The problem is that I've had the places where Mareep should pop up, they haven't been. So I can't do much about it. I would have had a Mareep prior to this, but I think the Wooper is what popped up in place of the Mareep, so I kind of had to grab it, which is fine. Wooper's gonna be good later on. Once we get to a certain point, Croconaw won't have much of a purpose in my team anymore. So Croconaw will be replaced with Wooper. Wooper will most likely be our Earthquake Mon. And that'll mean we can switch out... Geodude. Even though Geodude is pretty tanky, I feel like I'd prefer a Wooper. Have the best of both worlds, being able to use water attacks and being able to use ground attacks. I usually go for a Chinchou over a Mareep, mainly because Crystal has Chinchous only with no Mareeps. So I can't really count on the sheep, and if I get used to the sheep and then have to deal with the fish again, kind of blows me out of the water later. So 15... I think we'll start with some other stuff. We'll start with Sokka, and I think we'll work our way into the other ones. Losing our starter now wouldn't be terrible, but it's not great. I could still back up and use the Rattata, but... Oh. Oh, boy, Metapod. I sure thought that one through. Ah, fuck it, let's just do the split. I'll take the split XP. I'm not gym capping. In case that's about to be a thing, I am not using gym cap as a rule. Since it was my first ever Nuzlocke, I didn't even consider gym cap or hardcore no items as an option. It was not in my consideration. So I figure most people are gonna look at it and be like, wait a second, the gym cap here is. But I also don't overlevel, so you're never gonna see me like do something crazy. Did Sokka die to self-destruct yet? No, not yet. We haven't gotten to that point. I know you're waiting for it, but it has not. Fury Cutter's gonna hurt in a couple more moves, so I gotta be very careful. Recommend a boost up with a buff move during the Metapod stage. Okay, perfect. Ugh. I was worried that might not work. How's it going? It's going alright. Trying to learn Hypnosis. Yeah, we don't really need Growl right now. We will keep Foresight. Actually, we don't really need Foresight. Maybe later we could use it in Morty's gym, but I can't see it being that useful. About to use Kakuna. Yeah, let's change. I don't want to go ahead and risk it. Let's go Quagmire. One level, and that'll work into it. It may still get poisoned or hit, but... Who's Bugsy's ace? It was the Scyther. Use Giggity? Listen, that's why it's doing the slam. It's giving it the Giggity right now. Yeah, it was Scyther. Scyther that almost took down the Hoot-Oot. Yeah, I know that there's some changes when it comes to Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I know they did some changes to the Pokemon. But in Gold's, Crystal is really where it gets scary. The AI in Crystal, or AI, I say AI like it's got AI. The programming in Crystal is way better. Seen ROM hacks of Gold where Scyther just rips through teams? Yeah, Scyther definitely can rip through teams, 100%. And I think in later generations when you get rematches and stuff like that, and you can get, you're fighting against Bugsy's Scissor, yeah. Don't let Hooters die. I'm gonna try not to. Hooters is very integral to the plan. Because Bayleaf is coming. And you guys know how much I hate that. Hey, Jonko, welcome back. How are you doing today? I know he's coming, and I just, it's such a pain. Because not, like, weak. And Mickey really needs an update before I can do anything, so... Half of my team is currently weak against what's coming. Hardwood is mainly my plan to deal with the Bayleaf. Hooters can do it, but it's a shared hate. So the last time I think it was either through gold or silver, I lost 4 of my Pokemon. My Spearow almost died. Let's see, my Rattata, my Totodile, my Geodude, and I think there was one more? Completely died. Teach Hooter Fly. Fantastic idea, but no fly. Fly will come much later, so... It was silver, better safe than sorry? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Bayleaf ripped through your Nuzlocke and Heart Gold. Lost your starter early? Oh, yeah, that's exactly what happened to us. Same thing. It was so bad. Like, I went into Whitney with a Fearow as my only real fight against Whitney. That was it. So I over-leveled my Fearow just to keep the Nuzlocke going, and that was the only thing that survived. It was so bad. I was sitting on like 2 Pokemon for so long. For a couple days, I was sitting on like 2 Pokemon. It was bad. After that tragedy, Nigeria went to the gym. Yeah, Nigeria went straight to the gym. I got so scared, I leveled it up just to learn Drill Peck. And then had to rebuild my team. It turns out it was a really good learning opportunity. I got some unusual Pokemon in that run, and it just turned out to be a pretty decent run. And I didn't use Nigeria to just slam through all the gyms. I just used the other Pokemon, because I didn't want to feel like I was kind of cheating myself out of it. If there's one thing I try not to over-level, I feel like it kills the experience, so... Yeah. I'm just more worried about the critical hit from Razor Leaf. It has a high critical hit ratio, so even if it's not the strongest move, and even if it's not the most effective, just the fact that it crits is nasty. I may end up pulling out a Pokemon just to go ahead and use it as a sacrifice to heal some other stuff. But yeah, we're gonna level this thing, so... I apologize in advance for what you're about to hear, for everybody's ears. Because I know this noise is horrific. $17 should be, I think, 1 level difference plus type advantage should be good enough. But we're also going to get Mick up to snuff, just so that way we have a Hyper Fang as a fallback, in case. You gonna save the bitter berries for Morty? That guy's a buzzkiller? Yeah, we're gonna save the bitter berries, and we're probably gonna purchase a bunch of awakenings before we do Morty. I am so scared of Morty's Mon. Like, it's not even funny how scared I am of that thing. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Listen! I'm sorry, I completely forgot that was a thing because I haven't seen anyone use the Magikarp in a while. That was pretty funny. Double quicks. It's either, I think it's 13 where it learns Hyper Fang. Oh my god. Isn't Claire harder than Whitney? Not in my opinion. I think, in terms of a Nuzlocke, I feel like Whitney is much more difficult to deal with. Because if she gets all of 2, you have 300 more left. If she gets 2 of her rollouts out, that third one is almost guaranteed to kill off whatever you have out there. Like, it's a real problem. It's usually a game killer.
He calls himself a duelist.
He calls himself. Oh no, there I am, just a little puppy dog cringing in fear.
Bad dog. Don't contradict your master.
You're not mine.
Quiet. Sit.
Oh my lord. How did you miss? Not you. Yeah, if it's level 6 or lower, we can hit it with the tackle because it doesn't have quick attack. Hyper Fang, there it is. Now we just need to get it a little more, couple more levels, and we're fine. But yeah, Claire, I don't really have an issue with. I mean, in terms of Icemon, like, there's not many. You go through the cave.
Shit, that's so big.
Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on 1 second. Make the adjustment here for it. For big mode. But in terms of Claire, like, I don't think she's that bad. Lens distortion. Yeah, you go through, when you're going to Blackthorn, you're gonna go right through an ice cave, so you're gonna get something that has an ice move regardless. If you're lucky and you get dupes going through the cave, like I had until I screwed up my thing. Hey, Van, welcome. Then you could always go back for the Lapras, and then you'll have a guaranteed Ice Beam in your party. So yeah, there are plenty of options. How's GeoGal? She gotten any stronger? Yeah, GeoGal's been sitting here doing the work. Let me pull out GeoGal. GeoGal is currently 17. So your Pokemon is raising and ready to roll. It's got Magnitude and Rock Throw, so it's got the Wombo combo right now. The defense is fairly solid. I'm using it to buff it against everything that comes its way. Sokka's doing fine. Sokka is all good. Sokka is level 18. We've got ourselves the Croconaw now. It doesn't have Bite yet, but obviously it's going to have it soon enough. Most likely we're going to go like we have been doing for every playthrough and go for the Rage combo. And we'll just throw that out in Stealth Rock good move or overpowered move. I have no idea what Stealth Rock is. Remember, I don't have the benefits of knowledge about most of the future generations. And I don't believe Stealth Rock is in Gen 2, so... Yeah, Hyper Fang should be able to just cut through most stuff, I think. Search the move on, insert links here that you already know links don't work in my chat. Sure. Rage comes in handy. Yeah, Rage is kind of how I deal with that gym. It's not the most effective way to do it, and I think there are better ways to do that gym in general. But I feel like Rage is a very solid way to approach that gym. Throw it out with the Clefairy, let the Clefairy double slap. So use your Rage, let the Clefairy double slap, gets in its hits. Use Rage again, hope to not knock out the Clefairy, let it double slap you again, and then you're sitting on a 1 or 2 hit Rage when you go into Whitney. So it's a fairly solid plan with a very low risk. The risk comes in the fact that if she gets the third rollout, you're gonna lose your Mon. That's the risk associated with it. Other than that, it's fine. Laser Trap of Stone. Ah, okay, got you. It's a switch move. Okay. Yeah, it's a trap move. That makes sense. I mean, I guess it's alright. It stops a lot of combos from going off. Like baton pass combos and stuff like that. Strat for Milk Tank, just send somebody with Mud Slap to lower the accuracy and whittle down. Quagmire is the only thing that could have the accuracy whittle it down, so... It might become part of our strategy, but I feel like I'd like to take the Rage one first. The only real risk that happens with Rage, obviously, is losing Croconaw. If we lose Croconaw, we lose access to a second Bitemon. Because we still have Rattata, and Rattata can go ahead and learn Bite. So Rattata with its normal and Bite might be a better setup for Morty, but I much prefer... Whooper. I much prefer to use, Croconaw. I just feel like it's stronger overall. Yeah, Whooper doing its thing. Whoop! That's what we're gonna try and do. We're just pissing on everything right now. Hold on, those squids. Oh, yeah. It's funny because every time I see the squids, I don't associate them with just like a general thing. I think of a very specific VTuber who I follow. Who a lot of times they end up using the squids as part of her face. Once we get it to 17 or run out of water guns, whichever comes first. Your favorite Twitch emoji? Yeah, it works pretty well with a lot of stuff. Alright, out we go. So, my issue right now is dealing with our rival. This guy fucking grinds my gears. And every time. Okay, what is our rival looking at? I think he has 3 Pokemon, if I remember correctly. One of them is a Bayleaf. I believe one is either a Ghastly or a Zubat or something like that. Golden, Silver, and Crystal. Cherry Grove, Azalea. If I chose Totodile, here we are. So, yeah. Ghastly with Hypnosis, Spite. So we'll go ahead and we'll have Hooter out front because it can just go ahead and hit it with tackles and stuff like that. And Foresight will allow it to fight back. We can throw out... We can throw out Geodude for the Zubat, and then we'll have to use Hooter for the Bayleaf. So, Hooters, Geogal, Hooters. At least that's the plan. Oh. Had one too many Big Macs, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I had...
This is big brain time.
Yeah, it's big dog time. One too many Big Macs.
Yeah. This is big brain time.
Don't have a hydration point thing. Listen, we didn't do the hydration point thing, and you know damn well why. Because people come in here and they're like, it's time to drink water. 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 It's time to drink, and then like for the next 8 hours, I'm sitting there fucking chugging. Listen, I'm a very hydrate or dihydrate kind of person, but we're not gonna go ahead and have me sitting there taking water enemas to keep up with the bullshit that people do. That's all. Okay, so Hooters up front. You know what happens. You know you guys have done it too. Actually, it may have been the generation prior. It might have been when we were doing the Elder Scrolls challenge that people were doing it. So you give it a higher point amount? Listen, I drink plenty of water. I go through roughly about 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons of water a day. But that's a habit from the service. They teach you to drink water all the fucking time. So I drink water like it's a religion. I mean, I have a 2-liter bottle that I keep with me at all times, going to work, going out someplace. All right, guys, we're gonna save real quick, even though it's kind of pointless. What is a gallon? It's a channel that had to put a 5-minute timer on it and made it 450 points. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. You can make me drink water, or... Hey, and I could also put a limit... Okay, hold on. Let me write it down. That's not a bad idea. 450 point hydration. 10-min timer. Maybe I'll put, we'll think about the max. First, let me run this, and then if it gets out of control, we'll put a max thing on it. But yeah. Having a UTI becomes impossible. Jesus! Listen! Listen! No, no! Listen! Adding insult to injury by slapping me with a bunch of them and then just throwing a single one at the end. I am not a Pokemon. We have established this. What not to marathon in the same day? Hobbit movies and Jurassic Park. You did it once, many regrets. Let me tell you, I think the best experience for a marathon movie I've ever had in my life has been all... Are we done? Okay. No! Stop! Okay, listen, I'm not a Pokemon. I know you guys want to capture me so badly, but if you really want to capture me, it's as simple as just... as capture a clip. Take it home, it lasts longer. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are we gonna double, triple, quadruple team me? Is this gonna happen? Now go in the ball? Listen, you better up B me, because I'm not going in. Angry eyebrows get you every time. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, I truly think the best marathon that I've ever had was the Marvel movies. Okay. I gotta concentrate, guys. I gotta concentrate. This is one of the big run killers here. Apparently, I got told yesterday that apparently this is even so bad that speedrunners have trouble with it. At least it's better than a metal pipe sound. I suppose it's better than metal scraping noises. I cannot stand the sound of metal on metal. It just, it scratches a part of my brain that makes me want to go ahead and do a backflip and chuck myself out a window in hopes that I break my neck on the way down. It's just so, it makes me want to grind my teeth. It's something about metal on metal that just irritates me in a way that I cannot explain any other way. Mega Adamant Rayquaza uses False Swipe. We're gonna catch this one. Oh, man. This rival fight is difficult for no reason. Yeah, it's pretty bad for no reason. My only issue with it is, like, we can use Hooters, get the Foresight, it may use Hypnosis and take us down that way. But at which point none of its other attacks work, so it doesn't matter. You're going AFK. Copy that. You talk like Venom? I talk like Venom. What do you mean, just all the time and I don't shut the hell up?
Human. I crave chocolate. Bring it to me.
Hooter's tackle was reduced. Oh no. Hold on, Spite is a ghost move. I definitely thought that Spite wouldn't work because it's ghost. Geogal. We're gonna go in with the Rock Throw. If Rock Throw hits, it's great. If it gets hit, it's confusion. I don't really know what to do. I guess we'll just keep switching. Perfect. Easy peasy, beautiful cover, girl. You can't eat those two chickens, they're your best friends. More like the way he hates loud metal noises. Oh, gotcha. Like, but seriously, I don't like it. I don't know what it is. It feels like someone's taking a tiny drill and just putting it in my urethra and then just being like, hey, I heard you like metal. And then, like, it infuriates me. It's just one of those things that really messes me up. So, alright, Hooters, please, for the love of turkey sandwich, take out this little mutated fucking thing. Okay, poison powder, no problem. That gets clipped. Man, I have some very clippable moments here. I'll be perfectly honest. I say some really out-of-pocket shit. Because I don't go with the script, I kind of just go with whatever comes to my mind. Quote from Venom 2. Oh, we can't eat the chickens, they're my best friends? That's funny. Useless Pokemon. Listen, you only won because my Pokemon were weak. I hate this guy. He's, like, in terms of villains, outside of N, he is definitely my second favorite of the villains. I hate the weak. Pokemon, trainers, it doesn't matter who or what. I'm going to be strong and wipe out the weak. That goes for Team Rocket too. They act big and tough in a group, but get them alone, and they're weak. I hate them all. You stay out of the way. A weakling like you is only a distraction. He's so edgy, I love it! Anyway. Pogger should beat him. Yeah, that was way easier than I was expecting. Alright, here's to hoping we don't fucking get an Oddish. I know a lot of people tend to be like, Gloom is good. And I'm like, Gloom is garbage. But I tend to have a very big opinion on a lot of stuff that people don't get enough hate as is. Why you bully me? I get enough hate as is. I am nothing but Leaf. You are over here attacking me and my personage. Alright, so it's a good thing we have our Bellsprout. Bellsprout will pretty much cover up as our Cutmon. I'm happy that Cut is a lot stronger in this one than it was in the last one, so... Also, may I remind you, I am not a Pokemon. Yeah, this should be fine. I guess Mickey can go ahead and be our push-through. You gotta warn me so I can open my mouth to take the meat. Listen, if you want to get meat in my mouth, you gotta warn me beforehand so I can open wide. Peck. 4 and 1. That's not too bad, but I'll pick up 2 more. Get 2 balls to put in my sack. Actually, you know what? Let's buy 1 super potion. We have another. Let's buy 1 more potion just in case. Escape rope repels. 4 repels. Be worth it. 1 antidote. We don't care about the paralysis. I'm fine with that. You crave the chowder of clams? Go shiny Heracross hunting? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Listen, I only have 4 Heracross I could get in the entire game right now. And we're avoiding doing anything in this town so I could do just that. To try and aim for the Heracross here. I should have caught the Spearow earlier. So I could have reduced my smite encounter chances, but... I need a Headbutt Mon is really what I need right now. What do we have in golds for encounters? I believe the encounters in the forest are pretty garbage, so we may just repel our way through it. Ilex, let me look up Ilex Forest's encounters here. Generation 2 gold. So, at night, none of those. Zubats, which we already got. Oddish at a 60% encounter rate at night. And Paris at a 15%. So, Oddish is our option here. We only have 4 places we can get Heracross in the game. According to my ID number, we're only getting 4 Heracross. Or 4 possible Heracross. So, I need to be very... To increase your team, in case it gets wiped out, you still need replacements. Yeah, I usually grab stuff, but, like, Oddish is about the only option here. I mean, in terms of grass, I feel like I could get better stuff. I don't think I'm waiting for anything in the forest, either. I don't have a Heracross encounter there. I only have one in Azalea, the actual town here, so I'll have to come back when I get Headbutt. Route 42, 43, and 44. Those are the only places I can get a Heracross. I guess you're right. Getting an Oddish now, it'd be a good backup grass. I mean, it'd be a terrible backup grass Pokemon, but... Maybe I'll be lucky and... get something not ass. But more likely than not, it's gonna be an Oddish. All the bug Pokemon disappear during nighttime, so... That's the spirit. Hey, look at that! Would you look at that? It's the garbage one that I didn't want. Hey, look at you, rare 15% garbage. Hey, boy. How do we even deal with this thing without knocking it out? Maybe Wrap? But Wrap might do too much damage. I guess. Let's just throw out Hardwood and hope that Wrap does not do much damage to it. Just throw a ball at it? Hold on. See what happens? First, let's put it to sleep. Let's increase our chances here. Go, Pokeball. Catch that thing first time. Close. Guess what? Listen! We're trying to capture something. Don't try and capture me. It's distracting. It's fast up. Listen! Listen! Are we good? I guess we'll give it a wrap. Let's just... Hey, what do you know? It didn't knock it out. Oh my goodness. There is no need for this. I guess that's what I get. I guess that's what I get. Almost there. A few more. Let's just do it again. There we are. He's getting weak. Trey Pinch Doggo has spoken. You always name your Paris Brussels? Because Brussels sprouts? Prim, I don't think you have a name. Do you want to go ahead and... Oh, nope. Hold on. K9, I believe that you get the name first. So, you went ahead and called your name. So, if you would like to nick... How my naming system works is everybody gets at least one name. Can you name him Houdini? Sure. Everybody gets at least one name. If you want to go ahead and name something afterwards, just wait until everybody gets it. But, Houdini. For no reason? That's okay. You know why it's Houdini? Because it's gonna go into a box and never come out again. Just like a good magician. Turn swirly when he evolves. How do you get a name? Everybody can. As soon as we... So, here's how it works. If we catch a Pokemon... Hello, Simone. If we catch a Pokemon, just throw out a name. Everybody gets at least one. There's no special requirements or anything. If you don't want the Pokemon, you don't have to name it. You can always pass on it. And then go for another Mon. That works. No special requirements. Nothing crazy. Oddish, you couldn't have been a little sooner. Yeah, just... You like Paris, though? You're okay with it? I am glad. I'm not a big fan of Paris. I think there are better Mon. It's not great, in my opinion. But then, I don't really like most bugs, so... I think Heracross is pretty cool. Pinsir's pretty cool. We actually had a Scyther during one of our things. Literally thought you used Hyper Beam with the Rattata. Oh no, just, you know, just Hyper Fang. The best fucking move ever. Hyper Fang is such a good move, and people underestimate the rat. It is such a powerful Pokemon, and I did not understand that until I started playing through a Nuzlocke. My Farfetch'd, yeah! Here, take this. It's cut. Alright. I have to have the gym badge, but I need the gym badge to get this encounter. You claim the draft? if you get one. If not, you're patient, willing to wait till Gen 3 to name a skitty. Even if you don't use it, I'll claim your mask. Ah, okay. No issues. I mean, it'll be a while before we get to Gen 3. I think at least a month, maybe a month and a half. Say, just like Geodude, Rattata has an awesome Alolan form. Yeah, the Alolan forms are pretty cool. I think Diglett is stupid, but I would definitely name it Hanson. Oh, right, Pack. We're gonna teach a cut. Properly IV train Eradicate with Adamant Hyper Fang would be insane. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to learn Draffarig. Don't remember where it can be found. Draffarig is found just below, I think, Ekritique, where Morty's gym is at. So that's where a Draffarig pops up. It's really scary when you first encounter it, because it hits pretty damn hard. You guys are gonna judge me if I get rid of Growth, but I'm gonna get rid of Growth. So I've only played Generations 1, 2, and 5. So IV training and stuff like that, I'm gonna have to really learn about, because it's not normal and I don't know it very well. Again, you're patient. Alolan Raichu is a solid mon, still salty, it didn't get Levitate. If I go up and through this way, I believe the Headbutt guy is along the road, right? It's not something I have to go down and to the right. We'll just attack. There's no reason not to. Level as we go. Yeah, Headbutt guy is, I believe, bottom right on the upper path. I can literally just pull out my strategy guide and there he is. Take a look at it, but that is one heck of a name. A185 the Nommer. That's I gotta say, I do love that name. It's like,
welcome to A185 the Nommer, playing the best hits from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Do you want Big Band? We've got it. Tune into the Nommer. The Nommer.
That's what it feels like looking at your name. You may have switched to YouTube chat? Ah. Well, welcome. Yeah, so my YouTube chat, I think, is usually a little bit more active. Sometimes my Twitch chat is active, just depends on the day. Sundays tend to be sometimes active. I think Tuesday is our least active day. So I've definitely considered I've definitely considered actually cutting Tuesdays out of the schedule. Just because it's the least active day. Statistically speaking, and looking back a few months. But I also don't want to break, like, my consistency, and live streaming means I need a live stream to grow, so Headbutt is such a good thing, but what do I put it on? Actually, putting it on Headbutt on GeoGal. Putting it on Mickey might not be too bad. Quagsire, it might not be bad at all. No, but we're gonna need things like Earthquake and Surf and stuff on it, so... Busy on Tuesdays anyway, with game clubs, so you're good with that? Yeah, it seems one of those things that I've been thinking about, like, cutting out Tuesdays. It just seems like a weekday. Ha! A weekday, get it? But I'm ching! I deserve that. I deserve that. It's okay. Namer, welcome. Thank you for popping in. Let me go ahead and give you the spiel for those of you guys who have been here. You guys know it. Usually I am here Monday through Sunday. Probably may end up changing my schedule, but open so you have to wake up at 2. Get home. Now you're just chilling. That's the best life, just chilling, right? But yeah, usually I end up streaming Monday through Sunday, between 2 and 3 hours a day, most days. Just depends on my schedule. Sometimes I start late, but I'm usually pretty communicative about my schedule, so if you want updates, either check my Twitter or check my YouTube. I'll post something about it, but anyway, let's get on it. Headbutt. We're gonna give it to Mickey, because Mickey doesn't have very many moves it's going to go ahead and use. Hyper Fang, Bite, that's its bread and butter. That's all I really need it for. So, let's get rid of Ass Wiggle. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try and kill off our first... We're gonna try and get this early. So I gotta head back. If we're lucky, it'll be an early game Heracross. And if not, then we're gonna have to wait until, like, mid-game. I guess, almost late game to be able to get one. It's crazy to me that Primal Kyogre is on Go now. I haven't touched Go in so long. I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. Like, I feel like there's no real point in doing it. The Pokestops are either great or not good. Yeah, it's cool I can go out and do stuff. Alright, hold on. This is gonna require me to look some things up here, so bear with me. Heracross... Locations... ID... Tool for finding the right headbutt. There's the link. I need to favorite this site. Let me put it in my favorites, that way I have it from now on. Shadow Knights. Let me get my trainer ID. 04501. And Azalea Town. Let me pull this up so I can find the exact tree I need to go to. We have 2 possible trees we can hit. It might pop out a... Let's see, it has golds. Oh, in disregard. Azalea Town doesn't have it. It has a Pinecone that could possibly pop out. Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Execute. Luckily, there's nothing here, but... It has the possibility of popping out the self-destruct Pinecone, so I guess... Azalea Town is a dead thing. It looks like in Crystal it has a 30% chance in Azalea. Alright, Azalea's dead, so Route 42, 43, or 44. We will not get an early game Heracross. You guys want to see the tree? It was this one right here. That's the tree that has the possibility of popping it out. But, only in Crystal, it looks like, according to my ID. Ilex Forest did not have an option either, so I'm pretty sure I looked at it. Lake of Rage doesn't even have the option. The early game stuff doesn't either, and most of the early game places I could catch it are already dead routes. So... Alright, let me just close out my tabs. So you're buying an Abra or something from the game corner? Depends. If I can catch an Abra... If I can catch an Abra outside before we get into Goldenrod, then no, I won't need to go ahead and buy it. If we can't, then yes, I will need to buy it. Abra's too strong. Kadabra is too strong to just bypass as a member of the team. And the last time that I avoided using Kadabra, you saw what happened in Crystal. Because if I would have had Kadabra, I would have had the ability to, I would have been able to survive Morty. Are you live somewhere else? I dual stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So if you find me on one, it's the same broadcast regardless, just the chats are slightly different. So if you ever see stuff popping up, never mind, found it. You can find me with the same name on everything. I go by Azonavox on all platforms. I usually use it in video games as well too, so... It's kind of just been my moniker for, like, ever. The name came to me while I was half asleep trying to come up with a good username, and I wrote down a jumble of letters, and voila, the name was born. No, we're not headbutting the tree. What up, Paris? Alright, let's hyperfang it. Get it out of the way. So long, Paris. No, we're not headbutting. This is a bad place to headbutt. I mean, it's an okay place to headbutt, but the explosive pine cones are in this area. We don't want those. I could go for that guy who has the Spearow, Kenya, and get myself a Spearow early. Shit. Welp. I should have just gone through the grass. Sandshrew, hell yeah. Let's pull out our little Quagsire here. Quagmire. Whooper. I think we would have been better off going with our... Oh, he's 18, so that would have been fine, as is. It's about to use Spearow. Everything needs to be 18, but we'll just go Geogal for now. About to use Spearow. Yeah, we'll just leave it as is. So, my choices here. If I miss the Abra, that kills the encounter. So, I could go ahead and get myself a Magikarp right now and start working on getting myself, a good Pool Noodle, which is an option. I could also, if I don't hit that, it's probably going to hit a Drowsy, so that would be a really bad catch in my opinion. Let me see what the encounter rates are for this route here. Route 34. The Abra encounter is extremely low, so it may not be worth it. In Golds, we have the Rattatas killed off, so we don't have to worry about that. Jigglypuff at... No, that's Crystal, so we don't have to worry about that. Abra at a 10%, Drowsy at a 50% encounter rate, Ditto at 5, and Snubble at 0% at night. So, I'm almost guaranteed a Drowsy if I go into this grass. It might be better if I go for the Abra here, instead of forcing the Drowsy. And then just, getting a Magikarp here instead. Might work best. Did you know that a Magikarp is literally a dragon in a cocoon with fins? Uses Splash. The reason it does nothing is because it's just the dragon scratching away at the inside of the fish-looking cocoon. What? Hold on, you're telling me that Magikarp... You're telling me Magikarp's just the cocoon? Hold on, is this real? I'm skeptical, but that sounds like some bullshit that they would do. God, I could go... You know what? Hold on. There's a way to do this. Easy way to do this. To avoid all of it. That way we don't have the problem in case. Alright, do we go for... We're gonna have to get this thing up to its tops anyway, so... That's why when you use Splash, it says dots, like you're supposed to think about it. Huh. Gyarados is technically a Leviathan. It's sure something. Listen, I just call it the pool noodle. Who goes there? What are you up to? It always says it failed. Or nothing happened. Yeah, with the dots on it. Interesting. Give me my almost level. You're a tough little guy. That's me. It's supposed to be designed after the Chinese dragon. Yep. Okay, what do we do? Let's go for something that does minimal damage. You know what? Let's first go into... Oh, this guy with the fucking binoculars. We may want to get him knocked out already. Let's go in, then we'll come back out. Because that guy's going to be a pain in our ass if we don't do it now. Yeah, we'll just let Sokka stay up front. My ability to raise Pokemon, I am confident. Yeah, there's some Pokemon that I'm just like, why did they design it this way? And there's others that I'm like, this is pretty cool. Go with Rage. I guess we'll just go Scratch then. Yeah, I never really, like, considered Gyarados one of my go-tos when I played the game back when, but, like, I have learned it's just so insanely strong. Also, I have forgotten that there is a phone call system in this game. until just this very second. Ah, I see you are back on this side. The Nommer. Playing you the best of the 40s, 50s, and... Are you stoned right now? Don't worry. You could be stoned with music. At The Nommer. Num 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 num. Alright, anyway, let me stop being stupid. Who do we use? Probably something weak. Let's get something out of the box. You're different from the other blue loser? Oh no. I gotcha. Well, welcome, different 185, the Nommer. Playing you the best of the blues. Blues, hard rock, and screamo music. All coming together in a cacophonous whirlwind of sound. Yeah, let's deposit Mick for now. Pull out something that I really don't need to just do minimal damage. Fat Bat should be okay. Maybe Boo? Boo's a good option. Yeah, let's go with Boo, because Boo can do paralysis. And I do love me my ghosts. What did that loser say about you? He called you a blue loser. That's what he called you. That's what he said. You guys gonna go fight? Alright, we'll switch Boo up front. We're gonna get ourselves a Magikarp because getting a Drowsy here is kind of pointless. Yeah, it could be a backup Psychic type, but I would prefer to just not lose my Abra. And since we're gonna have to level stuff up anyway... Alright. Let's go with the Gentle Licking. I think it's rolling the dice on the lick, and it's definitely trying to give it the, it's definitely trying to give it a paralysis status, but it's not working. Yeah, because I noticed the pause, and I think it was rolling the dice, and it just happened to keep coming up Snake Eyes every time. Alright, this should work. Go, get it, Lurball. Alright, this is a good... I don't mind sacrificing this route. The 10% Abra is far too iffy to possibly get a 50% Drowsy here. Whereas if I get my Magikarp now, I can save some other Pokemon for the later routes. Because I gotta sacrifice one route for a Magikarp at some point. Alright. What are we doing? Who's getting this? Alright, nobody? Alright, I guess I'll name it myself. Alright, its name is now Bean Master! Because that's what you name your Gyarados, Bean Master. Yeah, Boo is definitely my catchmon. I tend to prefer Boo over a lot of stuff, and later on it's going to be what helps us slip through a lot of Team Rocket's problems. Because we're going to use it as our self-destructor tracker. So I'll have to level up Boo at some point. Not anytime soon, but... Mickey is not needed at the moment. But I think Bean Master, we can get it up to 20, since we're going to need to go ahead and get everybody up anyway. So this will become the next set of grind, which sucks. It's cool, but... What am I doing? Heal your Pokénames. Thank you. Jesus. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it for today. We'll be back again here tomorrow, as always. I probably won't be changing the schedule anytime just soon. 17, 18. I am going to be off on the 19th anyway, coincidentally. Because I've got some stuff that I gotta go ahead and do. Some errands I gotta run. I'm taking off of work. But... if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, sub, share, follow. All of that good stuff helps the channel grow. You know, I fucking stutter. Hit that notification bell. Make sure you tell your friends that they're in the know. Leave your comments down below. All of that good stuff. We'll be back again tomorrow. Tuesday I'll be off. I'll go ahead and update my schedule. But have a fantastic night. I'll see you all again tomorrow. And let me pause my timer because I'm not used to having this thing up anymore, and I really need to remember to do this when I do the stuff. But anyway, you guys have a fantastic night, and until I see you all again tomorrow, stay golden.